Oh, by the way, that new stamina thing, that's fucking bullshit. Get rid of that shit. God damn. I like, don't want to play this shit anymore. Alright, so here's the thing I figured out with these large heavy weapons. You kind of want to keep your swings close to your center of gravity, because when you do a lot of that like outward whipping, the angular momentum, that tires you out. Kind of like if you just flail a sledgehammer in circles, it'll tire you out faster than raising it up and yanking it downward. And what I'm doing a lot of like wide 360s, so that's fighting my stamina when I'm pulling the centrifugal force of that weapon back into my body. So I've noticed the last guy and a lot of the pros, when they swing it, they keep their arms tucked in and they keep it close to their center of gravity. That way they're not fighting all that centrifugal force. So that's one thing I've noticed about this. Like, I would completely get my ass handed to me if it wasn't this little smeg guy with the knives. I can't use these big, heavy, awkward weapons because I have a different swing style, which requires a lot of outward reach. So all the controls are nuanced, so I'm starting to have to learn new things. And yeah, I raged about the stamina draining when you're like effed up. But that I feel like that's unnecessary, and that kind of robs you of the ability of a comeback when you're very close to dying and you only have one weapon, and the game doesn't need that, dude. It gets frustrating enough. Anyway, moving on. Oh my god, no, I hope he's not good at those. It turns out he wasn't, which I would have been raging my ass off if he was good at them. Anyway, I'm using my favorite weapon for this version. It's a lot more manageable, it suits my style better. And yeah, just like that. Usually it's not a good idea to strike somebody when they're laying down with their head away from you, because you can waste your swings and waste your energy, because it's hard to connect. But if you get that weapon to teeter right, using your support hand or your left hand as the fulcrum, and that weapon teeters over, you can hit that head. But it's generally just, it's better to back off and wait till they get up. The only reason I haven't raged on the flail sickles is they require a lot of accuracy and a lot of skill. But if you get somebody that's skilled with those, oh my fucking god, you'll shoot yourself in the head. Oh my god, they're insane. But most of the time, they're very difficult to use, so I haven't really raged about them. Post-commentary, I take that back. I actually did rage about it a couple videos ago, mostly because of the knockback power. Like the AI, they basically launch them horizontally, like with a lot of fucking force, and it knocks you backwards. And that's some bullshit, man. Them things shouldn't be making you stumble backwards. Anyway, I've seen very few people that can run them like the AI, but when they do, oh my god. I had Anton Petrov in the background talking about outer space stuff. I had to shut that off. My god. No, it seems like the Japanese swords, or swords in general, seem like they've gotten nerfed. They're don't seem as effective as they used to be. But I'm also wearing some armor underneath this robe here. We look like two Jedis fighting. It's actually pretty cool. I like this match. Maybe I should shut up and let this finish out. But yeah, I did okay, because there's a certain type of gyrate you do when you're boxed in like that, and I pulled it off a couple times. But it takes time. It takes time for me to get the feel for it. See, I'm trying to bust him with that pommel or whatever you call that little ring on the bottom. That's not really working out. And boom, there's that little short shot. And I think it has a lot to do with the teetering action over my left hand. You can get that weapon to teeter, you know, like a fulcrum over your left hand. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. I'll shut up. I didn't even see what I did there. I did something godlike and didn't even know it. I swear, like 99% of my gameplay is just like subconscious muscle memory. And you know, if I play long enough, it's almost like I watch my gameplay. It's almost like watching someone else play. It's like my lizard brain just takes over and just starts running it right. I don't know how to explain it, but I can't dance by number. And I can't take instruction. I can't go by, okay, I gotta swing this way and pull this way. It's just all muscle memory. It's all subconscious. Hey, little guy. Welcome to the machine. I'm gonna show you some things. First, I'm gonna boop your shield a little bit. Boop, boop, boop that arm. Get a little closer. Boop your face. Boop, 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 boop the shield. Oh, I got it. I took your shield away. Come in a little bit closer. Oh, I'm going to start swinging now. I'm going to start flailing this bitch. But don't worry, don't get discouraged. Someday you'll be like me. If you just stay diligent and train, play the campaign, unlock stuff, get used to getting your ass handed to you, and pretty soon you'll get better at not getting your ass handed to you. It was the same way for me, bro. It's the circle of life. You have to get smashed by this thing. You have to lose. It's okay, man. This is training. It's trial by fire. Someday you won't be a little caterpillar anymore, and you'll be a butterfly. Oh, wait for it. Here comes that high teetering shot. That probably has an actual term in like HEMA. I don't know that term, so I just call it a teetering shot. But it's got some good overreach power. So I've been perfecting that. I've noticed dual wielding blocking physics are a little bit too tough. Like, I'm maybe swinging something that's like, I'll guesstimate maybe like roughly 10 pounds, and it's zinging at like 75 miles per hour. And you're gonna block that with like a little bastard sword or whatever you call it. Or what do you call it? A messer? Little messer sword's gonna block that thing when it's going full force at your face. It's a little ridiculous. I think the blocking needs to be nerfed a little bit. And I think two-handed weapons need to be restored, kind of to their glory. If you got to fight with losing your stamina, getting crowded all the time, at least, you know, don't have it just completely crash through arms holding weapons, but at least, you know, suck some of the power out of it. Don't make it like completely ineffective. So I've seen people just hold their weapons over their head, like the sickles and stuff, and you can be swinging full force with like a heavy-ended bludgeoning weapon and like do basically nothing to them. So yeah, if that could get mitigated a little bit. And I get it, the physics are confined to a two-dimensional vertical plane, but it's frustrating when you're swinging full force and somebody just holds up their weapon in the air and blocks it, and it just completely stops everything. It does absolutely nothing. I mean, there's going to be some force going through that, or at least, you know, it's going to parry off. It's not going to stop it like a wall. And here we have a character that thinks it's cute to make a racially charged character, so I'm just going to blur that out and not make a big deal out of it. Anyway, here's another little guy with, they look like Milwaukee clank tools. You know, like the little insulation knives? That's what tools look like. That's what they remind me of. And here you have your garden variety Smegaromorph. Their arms are disjointed. It's a glitch that's always been there, this exact same glitch ever since I started playing the game. And it's weird because he does not see his character like that. He sees his character normal like me. And likewise, I could be one of those on his screen. So I have no idea how that hit detection works. I don't know how the hitboxes work. I don't know how my swings translate to having freaking 10-foot arms, but somehow it works out. So you just aim for those things called the pedipalps, which is the upper arm, that are in front of his face. I call them pedipalps. So just attack those and break their arms off. Hence the name Smegamorph, derived from Dead Space, as you attack the limbs first and get rid of them. Anyway, that's always been a glitch in the game. And I'll be sad if it ever goes. I'll miss it. Alright, this next guy, unfortunately there's not a lot you can do with that katana, because they're kind of lackluster. Swords kind of got the raw end of the deal in this version, but notice I'm coming in there and I get that power band, and it's kind of like we're the apex of acceleration, just it's at its maximum, and if you step in and lunge into it, it's devastating. There's a little bit of that teetering strike going on there too, and that's helping reach over some of these blocks. And he's just losing everything. Of course, he doesn't have any armor on, so I can't really brag too much. I'm just kind of flopping around here. I'm kind of working on that teetering shot. Also, with that teetering shot, helps your weapon rebound back to a guard position, so your weapon's in front of you, which is going to cause him a lot of problems because of the blocking physics. It's really hard for me to strike around a weapon that's in front of my face. Likewise, it's really hard for me to strike him if he has that sword up. But I catch a lot of open spots here with it. And also that teeter helps. If my fulcrum is right where he's blocking, end of that weapon will continue teetering into his head. So yeah, that's one thing I do to keep my hands from colliding with their blocking weapon, and it helps my weapon arc over and strike them in the head. If that fulcrum is right where they're blocking, the weapon continues to totter and strike their head. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, that wasn't smooth.